Hello everybody, BrioS here. Today we have for you the very deadly, very beautiful and also very popular 65-ton clan omni-mech, the Ebon Jaguar. And in fact for today's video we have for you guys a viewer request. In fact Tobias wanted to see how a 4 heavy large laser Ebon Jaguar would perform on the battlefield, and it looked pretty interesting. So since he provided me the details and all, I thought I would give it a try. So Tobias, this is for you. And based on the details he provided, I thought that the 4 heavy large laser build would work best on the Ebon Jaguar-B. 2 per arm and nothing on the top, so it has a low sleek profile. And do take note, I am using the Ebon Jaguar-B set of 8 quirks, which include a 10% XL, 10% decel, and a 10% turn rate bonus, making this super mobile if you bother to up the skills, and as mobile as a medium mech. But it is wide. Ebon Jaguars are very wide, so you gotta be careful as you pick corners because the weapons tend to hit the walls and sometimes there are convergence issues. But without the big ears at the top, heel humping is not too bad, even though the arms are a bit low, but that's okay I suppose. So let's get down to the build. So based on Tobias's build, this is 2 heavy large lasers per arm. Those are the only weapons for heavy large lasers for a 64-point alpha. Heavy large lasers have pretty good range. With skills, this goes up to 513 meters. The main problem with the heavy large lasers are actually the intense heat and the long burn time. So with using skills, we're gonna manage the heat and the burn time. And filling up all the other slots with 23 double heat sinks total. So last slot being used up by the T-Com Mark 1. So based on this build with full armor, I still have 1.5 tons of tonnage, and that kind of bugs me because I like to use all my tonnage. But I guess I'll just have to deal with this. And of course, you're gonna fire in 2 groups of heavy large lasers, 2-2. And if you fire all 4 simultaneously, the ghost hit will basically instantly shut down your mech and cause you heat damage. So that's something to take note of. And with the skills, it will have a speed tweak boosted skill of 84.6. So it's a fast moving, very mobile build. But being a clan mech, you gotta watch out for the pretty bad hitboxes and the lack of defensive quirks. So anyway, let's take a look at the skills. So let's look at mobility first. With the set of 8 quirks giving 10% to all its mobility stats, I want to increase it even more with mobility. So 16 SPs goes in, 3 nodes of speed tweak as I mentioned increases the top speed to 84.6, and with all the other skills I have an XL bonus including the quirks of 20.5, deceleration bonus of 24%, and a turn rate of 34. Pretty darn amazing. So you'll be more mobile than most medium mechs actually, and all this with the tonnage of a 65-ton clan mech. But because of the long nose and the arms sticking out, they tend to take a lot of fire. So trying to boost the survivability a bit, so only 9 SPs because I spend the rest elsewhere. 9 SPs will give me some armor bonus, 5.1% to be precise, and a structure bonus of 6.4, allowing you to absorb some heat damage from the very hot heavy large lasers. And talking about hot, we want to reduce the heat, trying to manage it as much as we can. So taking almost all the heat generation nodes, except for one hiding in the corner here, that will give me a heat reduction of 7.8%. Also, cooldown of only 5.4% bonus, allowing me to fire faster, but that's not always a good thing. In fact, fire faster equals shut down faster. So yep. A range bonus of 10% helps. That pushes the range to about 513 with the T-Com, so it becomes a mid-range fighter, hitting and fading away with that mobility. And biggest thing to manage is the heat, which you'll see I don't manage that well sometimes. So anyway, down to operations. With 20 SPs in operations skill tree, I get 5 nodes of cool run for increased dissipation of 10%. And with the 23 double heat sinks plus a 10% bonus, it dissipates heat really fast. So you gotta hit, cool down, and just wash and repeat. You cannot just stay in a sustained fight for too long. And if you happen to get a good position, you want to fire more, that's when the 5 nodes of heat containment comes in, increasing the heat capacity by 15%, allowing you to fire more before you shut down or have to fire a cool shot. And talking about cool shots, here we have 10 SPs for auxiliary. Down the middle with the cool shot cooldown minus 25% allows me to have 2 cool shots. The second cool shot being able to be fired 25% faster, and that's really important for laser vomit build, which is basically what this is. And to increase the offensive power of this build, we have 2 strikes. Yep, I do love my strikes. So that's it. That's the very beautiful Ebon Jaguar-B. I hope you do like this hot rod pattern on it, combined with the warthog face and the eyes. With the 2 holes in the center, they kind of look like a warthog face and nostrils, with one kind of like blocked by some foreign object. But never mind. So anyway, this is the Ebon Jaguar-B, highly mobile mid-range fighter at about 500 meters. 4 heavy large lasers give you an impressive alpha of 64 damage. But as you'll see from the gameplay, heat is hard to manage, and it'll take a while for you to get used to it, which will take a while. As you'll see, I am not that fantastic in heat management sometimes. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this build. Tobias, this is for you, and let's get down to some gameplay to show this build on the battlefield. Let's go. And here we are on the most popular map in the game, Canyon Network, which a lot of people always vote for this. But one thing about it is Conquest, so the spawns are really bad all over the place. But anyway, back to my Ebon Jaguar, moving forward, taking point here, hoping to catch them as they go across Delta 4. And true enough, that's Alpha, a Timberwolf. Got some good burns on him at this range. So, almost full damage, kinda out of range.
There's a Timber Charlie 4. Alpha.
Yeah. So, doing a bit of damage. His is a brawly build, so he can't do much. Being Conquest, I'm gonna go over to EBC. Hopefully cap it. But here's a target.
Found a lonely Sun Spider. Bravo Charlie 5. Vinomancer. Let's go get him. Yep. Oh yes, friends. Charlie 5.
Yeah, taking some cover.
Mauler
here.
left torso. Charlie.
Taking some cover. Hoping to use my right arm to deal damage. Being very wide, the left arm.
Got his torso. Bravo.
Always a liability. So this Sun Spider is out of position. Left torso is open. So let's try to take it out.
Target destroyed.
Nope, wasn't me.
Get the Mauler, please. Charlie.
So Mauler is hurt and
Then we face everybody else.
out of position. But I gotta remind the team to turn, otherwise we end up NASCARing, which is bad. One more shot and this Mauler will go down. Can I get the kill? Oh, he's weaponless. Trying to get his right torso, but always tough. Oh, standard engine. Managed to get him, but shutting down in the process. Very hot build.
Artillery strike.
So that pushed us 2-1 up, and we're gonna spend the time to cool down a bit. My CD is already hurting, so waiting for the team to redeploy from Charlie 5 towards the center. One thing good about this build, it has range, so I'm gonna poke a bit at this range.
Push them. They are focused. They are distracted at Echo 4. Take Tater. Lots in the valley. Delta 4, Delta 5. They're coming in.
Acquired.
Face the valley.
Strike online.
Yep, and here they come. But gonna ball up in the center here.
New target.
And here they come up the valley. Gulf taking point.
So we got a bunch of fast movers trying to flank us.
Artillery strike.
Managed to catch them a bit, do some damage.
Activated.
But being kind of fragile, I don't want to be right in front, tanking.
Face the valley.
So letting these guys like this Supernova tank a bit.
New target.
One thing about large lasers, or rather any lasers, they do spread damage due to the laser burn. Makes it easier to hit lights actually.
Turn it behind you, Kilo. Dervish.
Doesn't do much.
Acquired.
Face Delta 4, guys. Don't run. Don't let them up the slope.
New target.
So trying to give some focus to this team. Normally they NASCAR behind. But if you actually hold this spot right here,
Engage.
it's really good to stop anybody coming up. And they will come up like as you can see.
Orion right torso.
Critical damage.
Oh, come back. As usual, we all run.
So hurting in my CT, open in the CT, so playing very defensively. Using the mobility to redeploy constantly.
Foxtrot in trouble.
Cooling down. Oops. So this catapult comes
Foxtrot
in,
down.
gets blown off. Showing the enemy my rear because my CT has more rear armor than
Please
front.
don't cap. Let's fight.
Acquired.
Enforcer in their legs.
New target.
So very close right now. If you look at the score lines, it's close
Locus, one shot. Yep, that was the shot.
enough. Yep, but we get a Locust pushing it up to a bit of an advantage here.
Hold it together, 6-5. Thanks
Trying
for
to-
joining us, Dogfight.
Try to get the team to hold.
Left guard.
Dogfight is coming in to support the team. He was off capping.
Alright, let's push in.
So time to make a call for the push. Slight advantage. Advantage in caps. They are playing aggressively, but we outnumber them and have a superior position.
Override. Shut down.
A bit of heat damage from overriding. Trying to get a kill on that
Echo,
dervish.
echo.
All that heat damage going to my CT. Life is so unfair. So falling back a bit, letting the roughneck and the other big guys tank. Look, that guy is fresh. Juliet is one shot.
Yep.
Destroyed.
He goes down. It's just mop up now. We have the game.
Critical.
Oh, heat damage. Really wanted that kill. And I got hotel. At expense of lots of internal structure damage.
Heat sink destroyed.
So one shot and I go down. So mustn't present my CT to the enemy.
Acquired. Heat level.
That's the last one.
Override. Shut down.
Overriding and boom, there it is. Death from overheating. Most of the heat going to my CT. But a good performance, I suppose. And weapons goes down, knocking a weapons down. So let's look at the performance of this Ebon Jaguar. They can do quite a lot of damage, but with the burn times, gotta face time a bit. Ebon Jaguar CT is a bit big, so oh well. So that's 843 damage, decent performance, I think 2 kills, and a nice match score of 574. So as you could see from the last match, the 4 heavy large lasers fight 2 at a time can do quite a lot of damage, but they also generate immense amounts of heat. So even though you dissipate the heat really nicely with the amount of heat sinks and skills, people like me love to fire, so yep, I love the kill. So that results in me overheating, heat damage, and ultimately my death. But it was a good team performance. So right now in Grimplex is dealing some damage at range while the friendly team moves up. I got friendly assaults on my right, so laying some suppressive fire with my large lasers. Not much damage at that range, but they're moving up.
Yep. Main force, Fox 8.
Acquired.
Hello. And the UAV is up.
So friendly team is moving up, so let's keep them company. Suppressing the enemy there so the friendly assaults can move up. They are being
They are pushing Echo 7. Watch it.
rather aggressive, these assaults.
Coming on our left.
Acquired. Artillery strike online.
So the mobility of this build is really nice, but with the huge nose of the Ebon Jaguar, the CT hitbox is also huge. So very weak defensively.
Looks like we're being aggressive, so let's push up together. Those in the rear, careful.
New target.
Yeah, we got a few mechs behind us, friendly mechs, so I think they're sniping, but that doesn't mean, that means they don't share armor. And the enemy team is giving us the top.
There's 4 behind in Fox 8, they're split.
Yep.
New target.
So some calls by Von Dogfight. Intel is always good.
New target acquired.
At this angle, my arms tend to hit the ground as you can see, or the weapon, so gonna redeploy. That's the advantage of this build with the
They're
setup-
pushing the rear. Watch it, Fox 6.
with the Ebon Jaguar-B quirks. So this Wolverine is isolated, gonna support the commando, yep, as we go for it.
New target acquired.
Enemy force is over there. This guy's in trouble, so oh, it's gonna get the kill. Torch gets it.
Heat level critical.
Fox 8. Let's go for Delta. Mad Dog. Golf also.
Yeah, that Thanatos is dealing lots of damage with his LB10s.
Is being captured.
But our Wolfpack is going for him. He'll go down fast, as you can see.
Heat level critical.
Kilo's coming back, Mad Cat.
Target destroyed.
And down he goes.
3-2. Let's ball up, Fox 7.
Slight,
Those in front call targets.
Base is being captured.
slight advantage here, so balling up and moving forward. 3-3.
Faster mice go for Delta. Left torso Delta.
New target.
Kilo also left torso.
So joining
Count
the main,
Victor, let's go.
joining the main fight here.
Enemy base is being captured. Target destroyed.
Managed to get that kill.
New target acquired.
We got a bit of momentum here, so let's keep going. Looks as though we have to cross.
We'll need the lights to stop cap.
Base is being captured.
Yeah, they're getting a bit desperate. They're going for a
Acquired.
base cap. Don't ask me why, it's 5-5. I guess somebody made a call on the other side to cap.
Acquired.
Do you let timber? Left side.
So window is 5-5, they are badly damaged. I am pretty fresh.
Base 50% captured.
Base at 50%, we gotta stop cap.
New target
Because the
acquired.
team is mostly at Fox 7 far away.
Artillery activated.
So blasting the people at the
Shadowhawk on Shadowcats on base.
at base, like the Shadowcat to stop cap.
Assaults, push forward please.
New
Yeah, the assaults are just hiding in the rear. Look at that, look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. All at Fox 7 waiting.
Black Knight right torso.
target acquired.
Assaults go for Victor Echo.
Well, people normally don't push because they have no direction. So give them some incentive like a target, call it out, and you'll see people rush to get a kill.
Push base guys. Hotel.
So we more or less have this 7-5 superior position, up in numbers. They can't cap the base to win, but you never know. It's only a 2-mech advantage.
Critical. Over.
So they are doing some sort of counter push. Okay, good player there in his stalker.
Right flag critical damage.
As one of the guys in front pushing, really hot. Oh, managed to get Oki.
Way to go, BrioS. Thank you.
No worries, simple kill. He was shut down anyway.
Yeah, it's a shooting gallery now, 8-5. They're all in the low ground. Oh, I shut down. I thought I was on override. And boom, yet again, dying due to heat. So 3 kills, 600 over damage is pretty decent. Quality damage there.
Yeah.
And as you can see, our assaults are just way in the back like this stalker. But we have this. So 3 kills is not too bad. Not a ridiculous amount of damage, but decent and quality damage. So let's take a look at the max score. So this is the 4 heavy large laser build by Tobias. Not too bad actually, able to do quite a lot of damage. Heat management is quite okay if you manage to fire them in groups of 2, but sometimes I get too over enthusiastic. Glorious self-emulations as I like to say.